NBC News Radio. The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Okay. And at the time period where they were going to start to discuss, what was Dan Scavino's role?
At the time, I believe his title was Social Media Director for the White House. It became Deputy Chief of Staff. At the time, that it is not going to leave under any circumstances. We are just going to stay in power. And I said to him, well, it doesn't quite work.
This is Adam Finale of the Columbus River Dragons. Your home for River Dragons hockey in Noonan, 99.
Well, I guess we're here ready to go on another Monday. We're trying to get you. We're tagged across our Facebook page there and everything. We appreciate all you fantastic folks being with us. We got a lot in store for you coming up. It's a Monday edition of your favorite radio show. You're in lockdown. News, weather, traffic, and more. Let's get it underway. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Ryan Neal, and of course, all right, 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across the RyanORadio media page, Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation, across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally across the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, internet and radio, East Alabama, West Georgia, including 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports and inspirational talk. We're on the WQEE 99.1 FM YouTube page, tagged on my personal page, tagged on a few other personal pages, and tagged on the WQEE Facebook page that I can't get into this morning for some reason. Somebody locked me out. No, somebody tried to redo my password. They're mad because I'm telling the truth. I'm going to still tell the truth. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. What's a Monday edition up for you? Coming up this week, a full week of nonstop. Great guest. Coming up on Wednesday, it's going to be Horrifying History's Brenda Gaskey. Thursday, it's True Crime Thursday. Tomorrow, we have Richard Holdridge, our sports analyst. We'll talk about the weekend's games in the NFL and get ready for another weekend ahead in the Final Four. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have Shane B talking about the top 10 movies as Mean Girls still stayed at number 1 over the weekend, box office weekend. That's right. All right, we got that to talk about with Shane B tomorrow. Today, we'll go inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Tommy Lewis in the final period. We'll talk a little high school football action and get his and sports action, and we'll get his thoughts on the NFL over the weekend. We'll get into all of that and see what's going on. And I told you them 49ers are going to make it all the way. I got a feeling. All right, time to wake everybody up. Let's do the siren. No, I'm just kidding. Got a week full for you and a day full. Hopefully, it's going to be a cold one today. It's going to be raining this week. Oh, man, it's going to be a little warmer than it was last week. At least it's not freezing. But maybe some people come and do what they need to do everywhere. They need to do it. We'll get some additional information on what's going on. We'll tell you the Coweta County Sheriff's Department is looking for a man that has conned an elderly couple, and for some reason they just keep conning. I don't know how people can fall for these con men and vote for them. Anyway, it just made me mad. Hell, we always do. Somebody always does. All right, let's jump into it. Also, coming up today on the show is Israel at war. We'll get into the deeper details of that. We'll tell you at least 7 people are dead nationwide after a week-long blizzard conditions, icy roads, and other things that happen. Well, we'll give you some additional information. A human head and hand found inside a sold home in Colorado. I guess that smoking the weed, dude, is just not so good for you, is it? Nope. You can't drive very well if you smoke it either. And if you hit a certain age, I know people are like, I've been doing this show long, I can drive and smoke it, it doesn't matter. Yep, nope. A new study come out saying just because you've been smoking in a while don't mean it doesn't affect you. It don't, man. I don't even get high, man. Sure. And Ron DeSantis didn't drop out of the GOP presidential as a candidate. He didn't suspend his candidacy this weekend either. Huh? We'll talk about that. Plus, we got some Atlanta news, some sports news. Falcons got somebody else they brought in. They're interviewing for a head coach, and Bill Belichick got him a second interview. Many people are feeling Belichick could be heading to Atlanta. We'll talk about that. And my Facebook page says somebody changed it 16 hours ago. I didn't. I didn't change anything to get on there. I can't even get on it on my Facebook. Wow. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about the Kentucky Derby competition that's heating up, going into Nolens, and we'll give you a little wrestling wrap-up from over the weekend, tell you what happened on Smackdown and Collision. And coming up this week, Action Wrestling Friday night at Arnell Middle School. Proceeds to help out the Arnell Middle School. Bell time is 7 o'clock. Entry time is 6 p.m. Come out and see the exciting action of Action Wrestling as Action Wrestling's world champion is the same as MLW's world champion. We'll find out who is going to challenge for that title this coming up Friday night at Arnell Middle School. We want to thank our friend Matt Griffith for being with us on Friday talking about that as well. We'll get him back on the show for more wrestling wrap up. So got all that for you. So let's go ahead and see what we got in store on this Monday. Let's kick it off. 22 minutes past the hour, 22 degrees under clear skies. It's going to going to clear up here and going to start warming up just a tad bit. Thank goodness it's going to start warming up just a tad bit. Let's take a look at some of the headlines this morning. At least 70 people are dead nationwide after a week-long blizzard condition. Icy roads and dangerous cold temperatures wreaked havoc on nearly every part of the country, according to forecasters. Officials say that the number is likely to grow as their assets of the death toll in parts of the country continue to grow as well, due to drastic cold, ice, and snow and high winds and dangerous roadways. And a lot of people didn't have a place to stay. Got to thank our friends at Noonan City Church, my church of choice, for making sure people were off the streets here in our area. Nationwide, the weather remains usually a little frigid. Nashville hit the low of 3 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some listeners in that area. Parts of Texas reached high temperatures of 30 on Sunday. Chicago, Milwaukee struggled to stay in the teens. Forecasters predict deep freeze will break Monday, with temperatures expected to rise nationwide, with some climbing above average readings. That's according to the National Weather Service and everything. So, wow. Out west, heavy rains in California, wet snow predicted for the Sierra Nevada desert. Also, the rest of the West Coast expected rain earlier this week. Texas and lower Mississippi Valley, which includes Louisiana, Arkansas, and Tennessee, will also get a little wet weather. We'll get some wet weather in Georgia as well. The death toll from the dangerous winter weather, it was high and is likely to get higher. So Tennessee suffered an expected high number of fatalities as well. Wow. At least 25 have died with weather-related causes, hypothermia, falls, traffic accidents, and more. One Texas man died after he fell through a skylight while he was clearing snow from the roof of a business. Also, at least 11 people reported to have died with weather-related causes in Oregon. 5 people have died in Kentucky. And that's just some of the death toll continues to grow. We'll keep everything. It was a cold week and a terrible week last week, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off to be a cold morning. We're going to hit that 50s today in the metro Atlanta areas. So we're going to tad bit warm up. It's what we're expected to have. All right, let's see what other headline news we have for you this morning. Coweta County Sheriff's Office is looking for a man accused of scamming an elderly couple out of $5,000 on Tuesday of last week. The man reportedly told the couple that he gave them a call, told them that there was a court case involving their grandson over the phone. He showed up, told them to have money in the envelope, and gave them a fake case number, told them when they needed to show up. If anybody knows whereabouts of this crooked, evil piece of you know what, please call our friends at the Coweta County Sheriff's Department so they can put him away. 678-423-6753, 678-423-6753. That's Investigator Taylor. He's you can check him out at AJ Taylor at coweta.ga.us, AJ Taylor at coweta.ga.us. Kind of scum bums doing this kind of thing, trying to pretend like they're part of the court system, making people really continue to distrust our court system and our police officers and everything due to scumbags and scam artists like this that are taking people's money. And they do this by even coming up saying, hey, we're gonna go. They go out there and they paint elderly people's driveways and say, hey, we got a little bit of stuff. We want to redo your driveway with this, what we have out here and everything. And they paint their driveways and all this kind of stuff. And I can't see how people live like this, how people overcharge for things that they shouldn't do, how people can do this. And I'm sitting out here, trying to make a living, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, like most of us trying to make a living. And we got scum bums like that. And then some people are like, well, they got to make a living too. It's the same ones, the same people sitting around gambling on the weekends in states that they shouldn't be gambling and saying, it's all right. I mean, really. That's why my Facebook was attacked, because I get on the good side. Anyway, Coweta County Sheriff's Department looking for a scumbag that conned an elderly couple out of $5,000. 678-423-6753. In other news, a woman in Atlanta has been arrested and facing charges with related death to a Six Flags Over Georgia employee. Asia Hendricks, 27, was taken into custody in jail and released on a $27,000 bond, according to Georgia state jail records. One of her passengers in a car, basically within the vehicle, she was turning wrong. The passenger was not cooked out, fell out of the vehicle, and she was turning it, and that's what happened. The 43-year-old woman had a head injury and was taken to the Grady Memorial Hospital, where she later died. One lucky person in Georgia became $20,000 richer over the weekend. On Friday, a Mega Millions drawing winner, one lucky person got $20,000 in their pocket. They need to be able to help pay their bills, because that utility bill goes up way too high during this time of year. Even if you don't turn anything on. It's like, we're still going to charge you, even if you're sitting there in the freezing cold. Oh, man. 28 minutes past the hour. We still got a lot of news for you this morning, and we'll go to Israel at War after the top of the hour. But first, let's take a look at your Killingsworth Realty Road Report, brought to you by Killingsworth Realty.
Any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide resources so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. 678-525-0047. We schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Don't do it alone. Amy and Todd can help you out getting that perfect home. And I see it on their Facebook and their websites all the time about that perfect home is right around the corner. They're closing just about every day. You can trust a couple that can bring you together. And they're a good Christian couple, by the way, as well. I trust Amy and Todd. You should too. All right, let's jump into it. Today's traffic looking like this in Dunwoody. A crash at 285 near Ashford Dunwoody Road, I should say. There's a crash there. That's going to be up for another 5 or 10 minutes. Also, Connors up to about another 10 or 15 minutes. Crash I-285 near West Avenue. That's exit 80. In the outer loop of the lane, in the left lane, blocking the left lane and slowing down traffic. Chamblee, you guys have got a little bit of action going on this morning as well. Be on the lookout in your area near Peachtree Road and the Internet Road. Where's the Internet Road? It's not anywhere, because all of a sudden Mick McAfee wants to come up while I'm talking. Irritates the mess out of me. That's near North Peachtree Road and Collision Drive. That's going to be closed down another 5 or 10 minutes. Georgia, Oak Street at Highway 92 there in Spalding County. There's all areas of direction shut down. Traffic flow is slow. The light is flashing. Use that as a 4-way. Nothing going on in Bullsboro with Lower Fayetteville Road, as well as nothing going on Popular Road. Looking good on Temple Avenue. As I always love that area. Going down Jackson Street in front of the station, looking good. Towards LaGrange Street, where the high school kids are heading back to school this morning at Noonan High School. Be on the lookout for all those little rascals and the school buses coming by. Heading down Interstate 85 southbound towards Granville, looking good. Good morning, David Clark and his crew there in the City Council. Also head on down to Hogansville. A big hello to the Hogansville Police Department and Granville Police Department reporting nothing this morning. Lutherville's looking good. Heading into LaGrange. It looks like New Franklin Road's picking up a little bit, as well as Commerce Avenue and downtown LaGrange. Nothing major on Interstate 85. Everybody back to work at Kia Boulevard, a Kia plant or Kia Boulevard, and get off in East Alabama, West Georgia. School back there, look out for all the buses. East Alabama, West Georgia, right there in the Lynette Valley exit, the best exit. You get off at the West Point exit, take a right. There's construction still going on. Take a left, go towards the Love's gas station, and the Hardee's is as busy as can be. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're gonna also have our daily devotion before the end of the hour. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a few more headline news for you. Don't you dare move away from that radio dial. Israel at war as it continues to move forward. Back. We're going to put you in a penalty box for safekeeping. Hey, don't you dare move away.
Pest control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate the latest Smackdown for you at 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Part of the mostly cloudy today with a high near 50. Winds east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, considerable cloudiness, low near 39. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your Tuesday outlook cloudy, high near 56. Slight chance of rainfall. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rainfall coming in on Tuesday night, 50% chance of rain. Cloudy, occasional showers, low near 51. Going into your Wednesday, rain continues with a 100% chance of showers all day, high near 67 and a low near 62. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control. Repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street, Noonan. 770-954-9941.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite.
I got some Colorado news for you guys this morning.
Somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively. With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sale agent.
The Run for Angels at Chicken Coop, February 3rd. 5K, 10K fun run. Fun run 8 a.m. 5K, 10K, 8:30 a.m. Chicken Coop Place, 9:30 a.m. to noon. Drive through or drive in. Noonan First United Methodist Church, 33 Greenville Street. Presented by the Kiwanis Club of Noonan. Run for Angels at Chicken Coop, February 3rd. Be there.
Shenyang Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience a lost culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music. Coming to River Center for the Performing Arts, January 23rd only. Tickets at shenyun.com/Columbus-GA. That's SHENYUN.com/Columbus-GA.
Sunday, January 28th, Hollywood Haley J is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Plus, the return of James Ellsworth. Get your tickets right now at MemphisWrestling.tv.
Also, Teddy Long making his way to Memphis Wrestling the same night. Memphis Wrestling every Saturday night on WQMK TV 18 on Roku in Auburn. You're saved by the bell. Come on back in. Come out of the penalty box. Guys, don't. Come on out. You guys are all right. Come on. All right. It's about 36 minutes past the hour. We're already got up to about 25, 26 degrees here in the metro Atlanta area, 28 in Atlanta, and 29 in LaGrange. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If I don't see you again, a very, very good night. RyanORadio Penitentiary got you in lockdown, and we're going to do our daily devotion in just a few moments. But first, it's time to get back to some Israel at war. We're going to keep you abreast of what's going on with Israel at war and everything. A couple other newsworthy notes. According to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, they said that 4 of its military advisors died in an Israel air attack on Saturday in Syria in a building. For this happening, and they said it's furthering the conflict and between those in the Middle East. Iran forces launched on airstrikes themselves, targeting a Sunni military group in Pakistan, which said they had 2 children that died in the air attack so far. This continues to be the biggest war that's happened in a long time. For those who don't know, the war in Israel has been going on for years and years and years. And sometimes they stop for a little bit and then get back to it, and stop for a little bit and still get back to it. And for people to think, oh, this is a sign of anything. This has been a sign of the times for many, many years, but you have to add other things into it that most of you do not want to add into it. You just want to add, well, I like so-and-so, so they can't be. So anyway, that's what's going on in Israel. No additional information this morning. We'll get you some more as it comes available to us. All right, let's see. A couple of newsworthy notes that you can check out on the you can't check out on the WQEE page because right now I don't have the abilities to put it over there. For some reason, I got somebody went in and, Facebook let me know somebody tried to go in and I guess they tried to redo my password. I told them it wasn't me, so they're working on it. But here's some headlines for you this morning. U.S. raids Chinese auto parts maker in Ohio. 4th victim of a deadly homemade aircraft crash identified. 3 killed in Oklahoma in a helicopter crash. 4 women shot to death in the suburban area of Chicago. And a Colorado man faces legal charges from stealing hundreds of copies of local newspapers. He was just trying to keep the local newspaper alive there. That's what he was doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a couple of the headline news notes and everything before we do our daily devotion. 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're at 26 degrees in the metro Atlanta areas. I'm Ryan O'Neal, and you know where you're at. You're in lockdown with yours truly. We're going to talk about hearing complaints over property taxes. Some Georgia lawmakers looking to limit those rising values, state Georgia. This is something that they're looking into because we know it's getting too high to live in our beautiful state of Georgia. It shouldn't be that high to live in this beautiful state. A state that sometimes we get along, sometimes we don't. A state that we try to run all the hateful people out of. Hey, my family's been inbred for here years, boy. You can't run us out. My mom and dad were first cousins. No, but anyway, it is getting ridiculous with the prices, though. It's getting ridiculous. Some Georgia lawmakers are looking for ways to provide relief from property taxes. Property taxes have always been high for those who have a property. Good Lord Almighty. You have to work 3 jobs to pay for them, don't you? Everybody's out there shaking their head. Ryan, you're right. You're right. The proposals are coming as increasing in home value has caused taxes to rise. Georgia Senate Finance Committee heard this on Monday and are having a hearing on Monday with a planning to do something about a bill limiting the increase in the home's values as an asset for property tax purposes. That sounds like a good idea. To about 3% a year. Tell me if this works out for you if you own your home property. 770-347-9947. Your thoughts on property taxes and everything. I want to know. You can just tell your first name, 770-347-9947. Get it off your chest. That's what the show is about. Get it off your chest. We do that at different things. Get it off your chest. I know that some of you are going to get a lot off your chest, and I don't really care. Go ahead and do it. Georgia is far from the only state where lawmakers are reaching to voters being not too happy over higher taxes and other things, but some in Georgia communities saying that they already have a value. They already have value caps saying that it creates it's unequal. Say that 5 times fast, Ryan. But some in Georgia communities that already have value caps say that it's unequal. There you go. Say that 5 times fast, Ryan. Well, I want to hear from you on my Georgia residents this morning, 770-347-9947. We got a great guest coming up in the final period, but you guys can call in and give your thoughts on the property tax and what's going on. And we are in the midst of 2024, November 2024 election. Ron DeSantis stepped aside this past weekend and put all of his coins and through all of his support towards the former president Donald Trump as he moves forward. And it's going to be between him and Nikki Haley now in the New Hampshire primaries. Nikki Haley says she's not giving up. So there you go. Just want to get that in there. Your thoughts on the Georgia property taxes and everything. 770-347-9947. We'll put that in there. The remains of a human head and hand were found inside a recent home sold in Colorado. Just think if you'd have found that. The Messy County Sheriff's Office said in a statement Thursday that the coroner's office had looked at the results of an autopsy on remains found at a home at 2900 block of Pinion Avenue and Grand Junction, Colorado, confirming them as human remains. Ooh. They said, at this time, we have no other definite answers until further testing can be completed. These types of testing takes a significant amount of time, and again, we ask for patience from the public as the investigation continues. Investigators are asking for the help from the public. If you know one can contact 970-244-3266. That's 970-244-3266. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our daily devotion, sponsored by your friends at Noonan City Church. Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue, here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Noonan City Church every Sunday morning, outside services, or inside at 8 a.m., outside 9 and 10:30. We had them in yesterday inside. And 6:30 p.m. services. Pastor Cedric, Pastor Randy, Pastor Jimmy, and Pastor Darren invite you out because we're transforming lives for Jesus' sake. All right, on this 22nd day of January, coming from Jesus Listens, Sarah Young. She's the author of Jesus Calling. She's bringing together Psalms 139:24, 1 Peter 5:6, and Job 1:21. Sovereign God, I want to live in your presence more constantly, open to you, and you will for me. But when sometimes something interferes with my plans or desires, I tend to get mad about that interference. Instead of pushing down these resentful feelings, it increases my awareness of them by letting them wrap me all up in negativity. As I bring my negative feelings into the light of your presence, you're able to set me free. The ultimate solution to my rebellious nature is to submit to your authority over me. I rejoice in your sovereignty. Without it, the world would be a terrifying place. Your word teaches me the best response to anything is the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. The Lord gives, the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In your praiseworthy name, amen. That's a good daily devotion brought to you by Noonan City Church. Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue, here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. The church that brings you the Nest program and my church of choice, transforming lives for Jesus' sake. Back momentarily. You and I are right here with us. Stay with us. More news on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on.
The conference championship games are set in the NFL playoffs following an epic weekend in divisional round football. The action began on Saturday when the AFC's top-seeded Ravens defeated the Texans 34-10. The nightcap featured the NFC's number one ranked 49ers pulling out a fourth-quarter comeback against the Packers to win 24-21. Sunday started with a battle in the Motor City where the Lions took down the Buccaneers 31-23. And a Sunday Night Football showdown saw the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs edging the Bills 27-24. Championship Sunday next weekend will feature San Francisco hosting Detroit and Kansas City visiting Baltimore. And there's a new name at the top of the list for most college basketball wins. Stanford women's basketball coach Tara Vanderveer notched career win 1,203. Their team beat Oregon State on Sunday. Vanderveer entered the contest tied for the most victories with former Duke men's basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski. That's sports. Colin McIntyre, NBC News Radio.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Noonan.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Noonan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
The Run for Angels at Chicken Coop, February 3rd. 5K, 10K Fun Run. Fun Run 8 a.m. 5K, 10K, 8:30 a.m. Chicken Coop Place, 9:30 a.m. to noon. Drive through or drive in. Noonan First United Methodist Church, 33 Greenville Street. Presented by the Kiwanis Club of Noonan. Run for Angels at Chicken Coop, February 3rd. Be there.
I am Apostle Deborah Harris, Pastor Apostle of Kingdom Connected Ministries International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Noonan, Georgia. Presenting Connecting the Kingdom. Connecting kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
What is good? 99.1 WQEE The Key. We got the hottest new show coming to you live, The Jet Stream. Tune in every Saturday on your 9 a.m. morning drive.
This is MJ Graham with Plymouth Rouge Jays, your home for Rouge Jays hockey. Tune in 99 Rock.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, everybody? We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour, and you, me, and everybody else is tuned in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown with me on this Major News Monday. We go inside the Coach's Corner in the final period, talk with Coach Tommy Lewis about stuff going on at Landmark Christian, plus get his thoughts on the Final Four in the NFL's playoff series. We head to Super Bowl Sunday in a few weeks. That's right. And right after that, we'll be getting ready for some UFL football, baby, and CFL around the corner there. Football does not quit. Now, there's some people like, oh, I'm tired of it year-round. Blah, blah. Whatever. If you like football, you're going to watch it. Sports is sports to me. I love it all. Who cares? All right, ladies and germs. We got a few more things to get into this morning. All right, just to want to go ahead and get a few little newsworthy notes out of the way. Let's go ahead and drop in a little wrestling wrap-up from over the weekend. We'll end each hour a little wrestling wrap-up. This first one's going to be the WWE. I think we'll get that in for you. WWE Smackdown, it was in Atlanta here over the weekend. It was pretty good. Anyway, Roman Reigns returned, said he's there to fix things. Contract signing between the four, Styles, Knight, and Orton went ahead and signed. Paul Heyman come out and said Roman will not be signing. Nick Atlas said, that's all right. I'll make it a three-way for the WWE Universal title, which has been, no one has it. Vacated. Well, then they get into it, and then Styles and LA Knight get into it, and they fight. Orton grabs Heyman by the necktie and says, look, you're not going to trick me, basically. Tell Roman that the three most dangerous letters are coming for him at Royal Rumble RKO. Escobar, Angel, and Herberto defeated Carlito Cruz and Wild. Pete Dunne and his partner Taylor Bate, Pete Dunne, the former Butch, back to Pete Dunne, defeated Pretty Deadly. KO show had Logan Paul. Logan Paul and him got into it, and then Logan attacked him, setting up for Royal Rumble. Also, Carter and Chance defeated the Unholy Alliance to keep the women's tag team belts. And Styles, Knight to a no contest. Styles and Knights to a no contest. Orton defeated Solo. Out came everybody, Knight and everything. So RKO, Knight, Randy RKO, LA Knight, RKO, AJ Styles. Roman comes in, hits him with a Superman punch. He goes and signs it last and throws it at Nick Atlas, turned around like he was going to do a spear, and Randy gave him an RKO. So there you go. Tonight's Raw, we'll find out. It's going to be Judgment Day's Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre, who's heel or face. I don't know what he is. Randy, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes come face-to-face as they head into Royal Rumble next week. Also, women's tag team titles on the line and other matches tonight on Raw. And we'll hear from Seth Rollins. Will the Royal Rumble be for the World Heavyweight Championship? We'll see. That's all coming up for you this evening. It's all coming up for you this evening. It is weird that you can't go down your Facebook page to get rid of somebody so you can add people that want to be on your page, because everybody on here, Guys, I had to tag the WQEE key page this morning, ladies and gentlemen, because for some reason I can't get into my page. So, yeah. Sorry about that, but we're going to get some stuff on there as soon as possible. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to do is get ready to take a break. Get ready to take a break. Come back in a moment. We'll have some more stuff for you. Period number 2 is underway. We'll talk about a few other headline news for you. We'll dive deeper into some more Atlanta news. Also, we'll talk about the Falcons giving a second interview to Bill Belichick. A former LA Rams defensive coordinator got a shot at it. We'll talk about planes. FAA announcing that they're looking into an Atlas air flight, what happened there. Sheriff's deputy in Tennessee's were chasing down a suspect galloping down the street. We'll talk more about that in the cold weather. These stories and more coming up for you in period number 2 of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys stay right there. More on the way as your favorite radio show continues to kick off on this edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary. Hear from our friend at the Rick Smith Show, weekdays from 5 to 6 on the network. Rick Smith brings you union news and more.
Electrical workers joined the National Post-War Strike Way. 200,000 UE members walked off the job at General Electric, Westinghouse, and General Motors Electrical Division. Across the country, reduction of hours and phony job reclassifications led to a 30% wage cut, while years of wartime grievances piled up. All this led to the workers demanding a $2 a day pay raise. Many of these workers were young women on strike for the first time. They had spent much of the war fighting piecework and gender-based divisions of labor. Reports from the picket lines showed overwhelming support among the strikers and from the general public. Older male co-workers who built the UE joined young women strikers on the line. At the GE Mazda Lamp Works in Youngstown, Ohio, steel workers joined women strikers to bolster the picket line. In Lynn, Massachusetts, signs of women picketers read, "We want to live, not just exist," and "Let the pipes freeze. They don't care if we freeze," in response to maintenance crews being allowed to pass. In Bloomfield, New Jersey, 6 restaurants turned their establishments over to the strikers. GE President Charles Wilson complained bitterly of the 12,000 or so picketers that blocked the gates of the GE Schenectady plant. Strikers across the country faced violent confrontations and beatings as police on horseback waited for the problem. Philadelphia strikers retaliated by pouring marbles onto the streets. Workers at GE and Westinghouse would eventually settle for 18 cents an hour, less than what they had hoped for, but more than either company had been willing to give. Management would remain in shock for years at the level of solidarity among the strikers and the community.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Ellison. I'm a pastor here at
No.
Church. I want to thank you for tuning in to our website, and hope that you'll take the time to look throughout the website, all the different activities that are going on in the life of our church. Our purpose statement here at Winter City is transforming lives for Jesus' sake, and we believe that takes place in 3 separate pillars. The first one is corporate worship. We come together each Sunday for our worship services where our focus is on glorifying God. That is the purpose, the focus of our worship services each Sunday. The second pillar is local missions. And we believe that church is not to be contained inside the walls of the building, but rather outside those walls. And we look for opportunities, and we have different partners in the community where we partner with other kingdom-minded ministries that are doing kingdom work. And so encouraging our individuals here at the church to be the hands and feet of Jesus.
Good morning. Good morning.
Our congregation. So that's the second pillar. The third pillar is our community.
Trying to add some stuff to our page.
Throughout the community here at Neal. And the focus of these groups is simply Bible study, sitting in a circle, opening up the scriptures, and asking the Holy Spirit to speak to us and through us as we study God's Word. So those are the 3 pillars, and we believe when you do those 3 things, that there's a transformation that takes place in your life. And that will transform your family, transform our community, and thus making a difference.
Good morning. We'll appreciate you being with us. We're adding. Okay.
Time to keep our curve. Ron DeSantis is out of the presidential race.
Volunteer their time and donate their resources. We don't have a clear path to victory. According to today, suspending my campaign.
Florida governor endorsing Donald Trump. One day before the Republican primary in New Hampshire, Nikki Haley is campaigning as an alternative to frontrunner Trump. As for New Hampshire Republicans,
With Ron DeSantis out, New Hampshire voters have one other man on their mind.
I think people are really impressed with his record. He proved it once and he can do it again, I think.
Have you made up your mind ahead of Tuesday?
I really hadn't, but DeSantis is dropping out makes you want to really consider that Trump is the candidate, whether you
those still undecided.
All of my friends are really disappointed in all of the candidates that they think they'll actually get to vote for.
Matt Piper, CBS News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Former President Donald Trump will split his time today between campaigning in New Hampshire and attending his defamation trial in New York City. 2 U.S. Navy SEALs who went missing in the Gulf of Aden earlier this month have not been found, and their status has been changed to deceased. CBS News correspondent Dave Martin has more.
U.S. Navy has called off the search for 2 Navy SEALs lost at sea while trying to board a ship carrying weapons from Iran to the Houthis in Yemen. The boarding took place last week in 7-foot seas off the coast of Somalia. The first SEAL lost his grip on the ladder as he was trying to climb aboard, and the second SEAL...
Good morning, guys. We got a lot of news for you.
Any of the affected states, you don't need me to tell you it is cold in Philadelphia. They clustered around outdoor heaters at an ice festival.
I'm warming up my hands and trying to stay warm. It's like super cold outside, so we're doing all we can just to have fun.
Cold weather has triggered only the 3rd boil water advisory in Memphis history after water pipes froze and burst. WREG TV's Shay Simon reports.
Work in the snow to get water restored in North Memphis.
Our team continues to work very hard.
Yep, he's back.
More than 1,000 customers have reached out to WQEE for help.
Wish I could say we were completely clear of this, but we are not. We will be working on this for the next few days.
Now, the agony of defeat from Buffalo Bills.
44 yards pass. No, he doesn't make it.
Missed field goal with under 2 minutes remaining allowed the Chiefs to hang on for a 27-24 win. Kansas City will take on Baltimore in the AFC Championship game. In the NFC, Detroit beat Tampa Bay.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
SRN News, I'm Rhonda Rockster. GOP presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis suspended his campaign yesterday, just hours before the New Hampshire primary.
The announcement comes after the Florida governor's remarks Friday night in South Carolina.
Sorry, guys. I've got to put things on the Facebook page from my Facebook page.
I'm running on your issues and your family's issues, and that's my agenda.
But with his new decision, DeSantis says he's endorsing former President Donald Trump, saying in his own assessment that GOP voters are clearly indicating their support for the Trump candidacy. In his statement, DeSantis says this is in line with his commitment to support the GOP candidate, no matter who it would be. George Williams reporting.
Speaking of New Hampshire, President Biden's name will not be on the Democrat ballot when the voters go to the polls tomorrow.
When New Hampshire refused to allow South Carolina to be the first in the nation primary, the president and the Democratic National Committee chose to ignore the Granite State. As a result, Joe Biden's name will not appear on the ballot. That's created a unique situation heading into Tuesday's primary, as state Democrats are waging a write-in campaign aimed at preventing an embarrassing loss for Mr. Biden that might fuel concerns about the strength of his re-election bid. Ray Clugston, Washington.
Republican running for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania is escalating criticism of Democrats over the Israel-Hamas war and has traveled to the Israel-Gaza border to make the case the Biden administration hasn't backed Israel strongly enough. The criticism by David McCormick reflects...
Good morning. You guys got to stay on with us. You can't just come on because I'm not talking right this moment. Got 15 other million things to do, ladies and gentlemen, at one time.
Malaria vaccine as the shots are rolled out this week in Africa, which accounts for 95% of the world's deaths from the disease. This is SRN News. Open Doors USA is out with its annual World Watch List.
It's a ranking of the nations where religious persecution is the worst, and coming in at number 1 is
Got some early betting odds on Royal Rumble.
the communist dictatorship officially outlaws Christianity altogether. Number 2 on the World Watch List is Somalia, followed by Libya, Eritrea, and Yemen. Rounding out the top 10 on the annual rundown, Nigeria, Pakistan, Sudan, Iran, and Afghanistan. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
A divide among Missouri abortion advocates over whether to include restrictions regarding the viability of an unborn baby in a planned ballot measure is roiling the movement. One side wants completely unlimited abortion, while the other side worries a no-limit strategy would sink the chances of passing any abortion amendment at all. Most radical abortion groups oppose all viability language in legislation or regulations. SRN News. After taking a breather at the start of the year, Wall Street's returned to its record-setting ways.
Climbing 1.2% Friday, the S&P 500 index starts the week at a record high. Its previous high water mark was set just over 2 years ago. The Dow, which has enjoyed a string of record closes since late last year, gained 1.1% Friday, while the NASDAQ hit a 2-year high after advancing almost 2%. Hopes for a Fed interest rate cut and an encouraging University of Michigan report on consumer sentiment get some of the credit for helping to lift Wall Street spirits. Rich Thomason reporting.
Right now, on Wall Street, the Dow futures are up 47 points. The NASDAQ is ahead by 93, and the S&P 500 is up nearly 14 points very early this morning. You can always check out more details by logging on to srnnews.com. I'm RyanORadio.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio Rarities whenever you'd like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends with a dream? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu.
LaGrange, Georgia, Sweetland on Ice, November 17th through February 11th. Adults, kids, and group drinks available. It's free just to hang out, hear the fire pit, drinks, monthly movies, food truck Friday nights beginning in December. Weather updates and hour changes on the Facebook at Sweetland on Ice or Instagram at Sweetland on Ice Official. To book a party or learn more about seasonal passes, contact Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com. Lizzie at sweetlandamp.com.
Hank Arnold here from Coweta Force. Coweta Force is Noonan's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to get your dream. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
The Run for Angels at Chicken Coop, February 3rd. 5K, 10K Fun Run. Fun Run 8 a.m. 5K, 10K, 8:30 a.m. Chicken Coop Place, 9:30 a.m. to noon. Drive through or drive in. Noon at First United Methodist Church, 33 Greenville Street. Presented by the Kiwanis Club of Noonan. Run for Angels at Chicken Coop, February 3rd. Be there.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily
Okay.
right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time on WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Mac McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Listen to the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge, Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key. If you are a sports fan in Columbus, it doesn't get any more local than the Sports Beat. We cover Columbus River Dragons, Columbus Rapids, Columbus Lions, Columbus Chattahoots, Columbus State Cougars and Lady Cougars,
and all the high school football and basketball action in the Chattahoochee Valley. If you have a sports question or would like to be a guest, you could always message me on my Twitter page or Facebook page, Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge.
It's the new music update, highlighting what's new in Christian music each week. Presented by NewReleaseToday.com. Hey, I'm Jeremiah St. James. Here's what's going on in Christian music. Force Spring continues to merge urban, pop, and lo-fi into his original music with his signature style. His new single called Hallelujah. Need to breathe about feeling safe in the arms of God. It's called I Don't Want to Worry. Both singles from Forrest Frank and the guys of Need to Breathe are out now. It's what's happening each week in Christian music. New music update. Presented by NewReleaseToday.com. The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Noonan, Georgia.
You got that right, fellas. About 12 minutes past the hour. We're holding it 26 degrees and 30 in Atlanta. Well, we're hoping you're having a great Monday start. We got a lot in store for you. You're inside lockdown, headline news, sports, and more. The Final Four before the Super Bowl. Tell them it's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Ryan Neal, and of course, no doubt about it, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, shout it out loud, across that RyanORadio media page. Spreaker, it works with me for some reason. On mine, didn't work on the last one I was on a year ago. Also, ladies and gentlemen, across the Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. Across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, across the, Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, the heartbeat of Atlanta, live radio, real radio. We're not playing on the internet in our mom's basement. This is real radio for real people. And to my haters, I got one thing to say to you. Listen up, haters. Damn straight I'm the man around here. And if you're going to go and play on the internet, don't think you're going to be taken serious. Yeah, I'm going to be taken serious. Man, I can't be taken serious. What's wrong with you? Making up imaginary lies is not going to get you anywhere. I used to news in my head that fella in my head tells me. We don't do it like that here at the radio station. This is real radio for real people. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Oh, yeah. Some people don't like to hear the truth. They want to live in their imaginary conspiracy theory worlds, that's real, and that you're mean for not believing what they believe. I don't believe in what you believe because I actually don't smoke dope or anything, which I'm going to tell you, marijuana is not good for you. We told you that last week. Now it's not good for you while you're driving. Don't tell me that, man. You're wrong, man. We got some headline news for you this morning. We'll talk about marijuana affecting you as you get older. No. Many studies have found it's not good for you. And behind the wheel, it's even worse. Sheriff deputies in Tennessee found chased a galloping suspect, and SpaceX. We'll get into that this morning. Plus the FAA and a few things going on there. Sports news, Atlanta Falcons continue to search for a new head football coach. We'll tell you what's going on with the Kentucky Derby and much more. And playoffs continue to move on. We'll get you run down all that news, weather, sports, and a little wrap of AEW Collision. We'll drop that into you at the end of the hour as well. 15 minutes past the hour. We are at 27 degrees now, mostly cloudy skies out there. We're going to hit in the near 50s, thank God, today. Traffic is busy all over the metro Atlanta area into Alabama. We'll get you a traffic update sponsored this hour by Most Valuable Smiles, Dr. Willie Oliver and staff. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of different things going on heading into this week. We'll go inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis in the final period, so don't you dare move away from that radio dial. All right, we're going to wake you up. It's time to say good morning to you. It's period number 2. Let's kick it off. I got my coffee. You got your coffee. You got your Red Bull, your Monster, and you drink your moonshine. Whatever you're doing, I don't care. So if your boss don't care, I don't care. There you go. He took off. He said, "Oh, I've got moonshine, brother." All right, school buses are out today. It's a cool one, but not a cold one. So it's going to warm up near the 50s in the metro Atlanta areas into Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. We told you last hour about 25 deaths in Tennessee from the cold weather to accidents and more that occurred over last week. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with the weather. We will get a few more cold days in here. Just going to cool. It's going to warm up this week as a lot of rain is expected to head into the forecast of Atlanta and metro Atlanta and up into Tennessee, as well as over into North Florida, heading into South Carolina. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on in Alabama and Georgia and all over Tennessee. Also, we got Iowa listeners, Idaho listeners, and all that wonderful stuff going on there. Worldwide, everywhere you need to be. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. Worldwide, we're in Canada and across the state, all 50 states. So we'll appreciate you being with us and around the world. All right, good morning to you. Let's do it. Let's get it kicked off. Here's some headline news. One lucky person in Georgia won $20,000 on Friday in the Mega Millions drawing. That's some money they well spent. That's right. Coweta County Sheriff's deputies and Sheriff's Department here in Coweta County looking for a man accused of scamming an elderly couple out of $5,000 on Tuesday last week. The man reportedly gave him a call telling them that their grandson was involved in a court case and on the phone. So he says, "Hey, you got to pay for this. So I'm going to come by, get the money in cash in an envelope." He dropped a fake case number on him and took off with the cash. Anyone with any information about this guy, 678-423-6753. That's 678-423-6753. Investigator Taylor, AJ Taylor at coweta.ga.us, AJ Taylor at coweta.ga.us. Let's help them out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in other news this morning on the RyanORadio Penitentiary, many studies have been finding a lot of stuff that's going wrong with marijuana. Of course, with two of the news stories today, what's going on in Colorado with one guy stealing a lot of newspapers. We told you another Colorado story last hour. There you go. That's what happens when they make it legal. Many studies have found that getting high on weed, as the hip kids would call it in their 50s, and then getting behind the wheel is dangerous for young drivers. Well, now new research has found that it's no difference for the elderly or the senior drivers. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 16 years old and I'm in my 40s and 50s. What is wrong? It don't even affect me. I don't get high. You got food in the house? Damn, food prices are so high because I eat everything up. Yeah. It don't affect you at all, does it? These stories are saying that smoking marijuana will make you weave in and out of lanes. 30 minutes after you get high, you're like, dude, you're like Cheech and Chong. Dude. Hey, man, do you see that over there, man? Yeah, man, I see that over there, man. For those of you who don't know who Cheech and Chong is, look them up. Those of you who know, that's what you look like when you're driving. Sorry. According to a Canadian research report, the theory is that people who have smoked weed for decades might build up a tolerance, so perhaps that their driving skills would not be affected. The study proves that the theory is false. This was issued by the JAMA Network Open. Yes, indeed. So you can act like Cheech and Chong. Man, yeah, man. Yeah, man. It does affect you. Now, it does not affect me. All right, Karen and Chad. I know you say it doesn't, but it does. No, it doesn't. It never has. While people are out here getting cleaned up, getting their stuff, it's really weird how we look down upon all these people that are going and getting help for themselves, right? Well, I don't, because I'm not a moron, but a portion of our society looks down on these people. And you're sitting there thinking, these people are getting their lives straight. And you're sitting over there going, dude, man, it doesn't affect me. Where's all the Twinkies at, man? I got to go to the store to get something else to eat, man. It costs too much money. No wonder it costs too much money. You're spending twice as what you should be. Then you're going to blame it on inflation. It's inflation's fault. No, put the marijuana down. It's not good for you. It causes heart disease, it causes heart problems. It causes, you cannot drive. It is just because it's a recreational drug doesn't mean it doesn't affect you. Plus, these are new stories, new studies and studies have been coming out that's telling the truth. Plus, it is a starter drug. No, man, that's just for those people over there. No, those people over there are getting their life straight. You need to join them before you get started. They can tell you the truth. I don't want to listen to somebody who knows what they're talking about that's done it. No, I've been doing it for years. It didn't affect my driving. Of course, if you live in a teeny tiny town, it don't affect your driving. There's a lot of people drive around drunk going, I tell you what, I know everybody in this town. I drive from the bar to my house, which is about 2 miles. Yeah, I hit a couple of curbs and knocked that stop sign down, but I'm all right. Wow, guys. Nobody wants to hear this, that's going on, right?
No, I don't want to hear it. You're trying to make me feel bad about doing it.
No, I'm just trying to give you the truth, man. Sorry about that. In other news, the FAA announced it will be investigating into an Atlantis air flight that had been seen as a shocking time. There's some flames that were shooting flames out the back of the airplane, and they had to make an emergency landing on Thursday. Softball-sized hole had been found in the plane, and it had to land back safely, thank God. Although another small plane made an emergency landing on a Georgia highway Friday afternoon, its crew and passengers were not injured. Southern Airway Express Flight 246 took off from the Dales International Airport and was able to land on a highway. This was in Virginia, sorry. Not Georgia, Virginia. I made a V and it looked like a G. In Virginia, on the highway, and the FAA is investigating into this plane. So it took off and landed on the highway. Oh, a lot of highway landing in Virginia. Hey, let's go to Tennessee. Sheriff's deputies in Tennessee queued a rescue when they saw an escaped horse was spotted galloping on the Highway 27 on Tuesday of last week. A dashboard camera from a state patrol officer, or a deputy I should say, shows him following the horse in the northbound lane. The horse was returned safely home to its owner. The horse was just out galloping, taking a little gallop. It's Tennessee. Hey, come on. There's horses everywhere. They didn't think it was strange. The rest of the world's like, that's pretty strange. In the big cities, like horses going down the, not in small towns, and especially not in Tennessee. Our Tennessee listeners know, they listen every morning. All right, let's see what else is going on in the headline news this morning. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said that 4 of its military advisors died in an airstrike from Israel on Saturday in Syria, further grinding the spear of the conflict in the Middle East. Iran forces launched their own air attack targeting the Sunni military group in Pakistan, which had 2 children were killed in that state. We'll keep you abreast to what's going on and continue to go on in the Middle East. 25 minutes past the hour. We are holding at, can you believe it, 26 degrees in the metro Atlanta area. It's 30 up in Atlanta itself. And, of course, we're heading over to LaGrange, which is heading at 29. If you were tuning in, hey, you did tune in, stay tuned because I'm telling you what's going on. Yeah. What's up, Gail? What's going on? Carrots, horses, apples, horses. Carrots, horses. Hey, it's Tennessee. You guys have horses everywhere, right? It's part of the zoo crew. And I'm not putting anybody down because Tennessee is one of our states that we pick with, but we don't pick on because it's like Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee and North Florida and South Carolina. We got everybody else everywhere too, listening in Iowa, Idaho, and the Midwest, in California, Illinois, and everywhere. But those are our main crews in the South because most of them understand what's going on southern-wise. We have to teach the other people, don't we? Water leaks causing hazardous road conditions on some Atlanta streets. Be on the lookout for that throughout the morning because we'll get you what's going on in your traffic report momentarily. And speaking of traffic report, we'll take a look at that right now. Brought to you by Most Valuable Smiles.
Georgia is committed to giving you
What is going on here?
brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes 1 free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive $100 off Zoom whitening treatment when you book today. And don't forget that 2022 is almost over. That means most insurance policies will reset by the new year, and to avoid losing that extra money, you need to use it or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
I'm going to visit them for sure. 2-hour drive away from Noonan and just a drive away from you in East Alabama, West Georgia, and part of Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. In historic downtown Eden, Dr. Willie Oliver brings you the perfect smile. And I'm going to bring you the imperfect traffic this morning, which is back to normal. I-285 at Cobb Parkway in Cobb County. There's in a left lane shutdown causing some delays up to about 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. Dunwoody, ladies and gentlemen, traffic light reported out there between Hammett Drive and Permit Center Parkway. Obey officer signals. And that's up to 9:06 a.m. To Cobb County crash at I-285 outer loop, I-20, exit 46, both lanes. That's up for another 5 or 10 minutes. Georgia 400 in Fulton County, a crash there at exit 8, up to about another 10 minutes delay there. In Gwinnett County, crash on Ronald Reagan Boulevard. That should be clearing up as we speak, westbound near Oak Road. No traffic issues on Bullsboro's Lower Fayetteville Road, our popular road in Noonan, heading down the interstate of Noonan, looking good. Interstate southbound. We're getting into downtown Noonan. Jackson Street's picking up a tad bit. No traffic issues. Heading down interstate southbound towards Grantville, looking good. Nothing to report from our friends at the Grantville Police Department. Good morning, David Clark and the city of Grantville. Our great council members over there. Also heading into Hogansville, no reports from the Hogansville Police Department. Heading on down to LaGrange, New Franklin Road picking up, as well as Commerce Avenue, backed up a tad bit. Nothing major, just a lot of traffic as everybody's heading back to work and school. Heading right there from Troop High School, it is very busy there too, as kids are being dropped off at the high school and next to them, Lafayette Christian School. Heading down Interstate 80, southbound 85 going towards West Point. If you get off the West Point exit, ladies and gentlemen, take a right. Yes, construction still going on. Take a left. Get your gas at the gas pump there at the Loves, and breakfast is being served at the Hardee's there. Wow, they're open and a lot of traffic. Heading down to Alabama, no traffic issues. Show us if you got something going on, let us know. If you see something going on or know something going on, shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com or call me at 770-347-9947. That's 770-347-9947, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you can become a WQEE News Hound. News, weather, traffic, events going on. Let us know what is heading in our direction. All right, Georgia keeps Georgia Bulldogs. The basketball teams keep the hoop dreams alive despite their loss in the high-flying Kentucky game. Georgia silently overcome a similar challenge to Saban's Alabama facing. So there you go. Take a look at that. Those are a couple of news stories we're going to try to get on the WQEE page for you as well. I'm unable to get on there right now because someone got locked out. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, and Georgia ranked 66 in the transfer portal rankings. Wow, transfer portal. We know there's a lot of them coming out of Alabama. We'll talk more about that. Plus, speaking of Atlanta, we're going to get into the Falcons after this. I got to get some Dirty Bird news for you this morning. You guys are going to have to understand. Bill Belichick may be making his way as head coach here in Atlanta with the Falcons. But we'll tell you a couple of other interviews of importance that came to Atlanta last week as well. We'll get into that and get you a couple of newsworthy notes. The Kentucky Derby's right around the corner. That's right, the Kentucky Derby's right around the corner. And it's heating up at Nolens. It's like a crawfish bowl down there during the Kentucky, heading into the Kentucky Derby. We'll talk more about that coming up at the break. Plus, we got some more headlines for you. 770-347-9947. Back after this.
Smackdown for you at 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Part of the mostly cloudy today, the high near 50. Winds east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, considerable cloudiness, low near 39. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Good morning.
Cloudy, high near 56. By chance of rainfall. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rainfall coming in on Tuesday night, 50% chance of rain. Cloudy, occasional showers, low near 51. Going into your Wednesday, rain continues with a 100% chance of showers on a high near 67 and a low near 62. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the Smackdown for you. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Noonan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home,
Keep going up.
health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
This is Margie from Connecting Hearts Network. I'd like you to take just a moment and listen to Linda Kirkpatrick explain to you what Family Patterns Matters is all about.
Family Patterns Matter works with youth and their families to help overcome barriers that prevent their success. We meet twice a month with mentoring, tutoring, teaching life skills, resilience, gratitude, and kindness. We also bring music and art therapy. Please visit our website at www.familypatternsmatter.org.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
Sherry Performing Arts invites you to travel to the magic world of ancient China. Experience advanced culture brought to life with incredible classical Chinese dance, magical scenery, and soul-stirring music.
Here we're getting ready to come back. Yes, also Teddy Long will be there. Memphis Wrestling Television. Check it out every Saturday night on TV 18, Roku, or Auburn, Alabama.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Fernando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM.
You got that right. Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back in to period number 2 at about 35 minutes past the hour. We're holding at 28 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about some stuff going on in Atlanta as the Falcons are still looking for a head football coach. Mahomes and the Chiefs advance to the AFC final with the team's win over the Bills. We'll tell you the final of them and get a little bit of action and thought from head coach Tommy Lewis from the landmark Christian War Eagles in the final period. We'll talk with him about stuff going on at War Eagle Nation there, and we'll get a little thoughts on the Final Four heading into the Super Bowl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, still to come tomorrow morning, we'll get a deeper, in-depth look at the Final Four and the 49ers that I called for and see what Richard Holdridge, who's a big 49ers fan himself, has to say about that. Richard joins us from the Sports Beat tomorrow morning. Second period, he and I are going to talk more sports as we're going to get ready to finish this out, and who he thinks going to end up head coach in Atlanta. We'll dive deeper into that tomorrow morning. Plus, Shane B and I are going to do a little bit more movie reviews. What was hot over the weekend? Lindsay Lohan's remake. I guess she was, I don't know if she remake or whatever it was. Mean Girls still took the second week in a row in number 1. We'll talk about that and see what's coming out this weekend that could lay the smackdown on the Mean Girls. That's Shane B's movie reviews tomorrow. And on Wednesday, Horrifying History 101 with Brenda Gasky joins us from Horrifying History. She'll get you ready for the January edition, and class is in session for Professor Brenda Gasky. This coming up Wednesday morning. Horrifying History. Get your pens and papers ready. All right, let's jump into it. Must be bad for you. I don't know if it's the Spreaker's going to do any better because we're up at 100% here. I haven't even come off any time this morning for a change. All right, let's jump into a few little headline news for you. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who entered the Republican presidential primary as a possible one of the former president's greatest threats, announced Sunday that he is ending his bid for the White House. He announced and made a video posted on X come after a disappointing second place finish in Iowa's Republican caucus, and he's going to throw all his support towards the former president. So there you go. Anyway, you're coming off. Going to go there. Just going to go to Spreaker. All right, that's fine. I'll see if I can read some of those over there. All right, that's what's going on there. Let's jump into a couple other sports-worthy notes as well. So that's a sport in itself, the election. The election's a sport in itself. All right. All right. The Atlanta Falcons interviewed LA Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris after a second meeting with Bill Belichick for the head coaching position that's been vacated since they got rid of Arthur Smith at the end of the season. On Saturday, adding a familiar names to a team of list of top candidates. Belichick had a second interview with the Falcons and inspiring a lot of people to say, could he be with the Falcons in 2024, 2025? Fans are excited. They're excited. But what is he going to bring? Uh-oh, why is this going to my commercials? You were not supposed to go to my commercials. You were not supposed to go to commercials. Why are you doing that? What's wrong with you commercials? You weren't supposed to do that. What's up, Mr. Khan? I appreciate you joining us. There's a lot of people on. I'm everywhere. I'm not just on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on 3 or 4 different streaming sites. Navajo Nation. You want me to say something hateful so that millions of people come on and have ignorant comments to say on here? I'll tell you what, man, last night, buddy, man, my mom and dad and first cousins, and I'm going to say some stupid stuff on the internet because nobody really watches the internet except for, for ABC, CBS, and all those programming, wondering why everybody's having problems on there because it's been taken over by the main networks. No, my mama told me I could be on the internet. Mama told me it's the future. I'm mentally handicapped believing that. I want to be in my mom's basement doing something when real radio's doing something, but I want to be in my mom's basement spreading false gossip and lies. Is that what you guys want? You're not going to hear that. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You can't handle the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't. I don't really care one way or the other. That's all right. I just join the Illuminati. They'll make me famous. Here's some more conspiracy theory right there. Anyway, let's get into some stuff. Falcons, man, can't wait for it. See who's going to take over. But also, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the Final Four. Patrick Mahomes landed his teammates into defense in a proper playoff victory over the Buffalo Bills, pushing the Kansas City Chiefs to the AFC Championship game for the 6th consecutive postseason. He totaled 215 yards, 2 scores in a 27-24 division roundup on Sunday in New York as the Bills edged the Chiefs 368-361 in total yards, 21-27 final downs. The matchup at the High Mark Stadium featured 5 lead changes and nearly went to overtime when the Bills kicker, Taylor Bass, had a little bass in him, attempted a 44-yard field goal with less than 2 minutes remaining. He pushed the kick right, allowing the Chiefs to reign supreme in this game. Almost tied it from going overtime. That's how bad it was. Oh, my goodness. Well, we'll take a look. Here you go. Pulling this over here. Let's pull this over here. The Lions beat the Bucs 31-26. On Saturday, the Ravens shut down the Texans 34-10, and the Packers got shut down by, I said it, the 49ers 24-21. Setting up games this coming up week, 3 p.m. NFL Conference Championship. NFC, Ravens and Chiefs. AFC, Ravens and Chiefs, 3 p.m. NFC, 49ers and Lions, 6:30 p.m. this coming up weekend. I'm ready for it. We'll talk more about that in just a few. Those Columbus River Dragons took both games 4-3 over the Blue Ridge Bobcats on Friday and Saturday. Same score. It's almost like they didn't have to play the game on Saturday because it was the same score. Wow. Hey, Kentucky Derby fans, 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're at 28 degrees in the Metro Atlanta area at WQEE 99.1 FM, the key real radio for real people. Kentucky Derby for you Kentucky fans out there. Competition is heating up. It's going to be like a crawfish bowl, buddy. That's right. And Nolens, down in Nolens, as we're only about 15 weeks away from the big Kentucky Derby competition, and spots for it are heating up quickly as they're starting to fight and pull and get and pull and get and do and get my horse in there. So we'll talk more about the Kentucky Derby coming up in a couple of weeks. We have a big Kentucky Derby event that happens every year here at the museum, the Noonan Coweta Museum here. Yeah. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, a couple other newsworthy notes. Golfer Jack Burke Jr., one of the oldest Masters champions, passed away at age 100. U.S. women's soccer star Sam Minnings retires. She cites a knee injury. And finally, there's going to be some massive layoffs. For everybody's like, you got to do this and you got to do that. Massive layoffs at Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated. Don't sit around and tell me that this print stuff is the future and continues to be the same when Sports Illustrated, hold on, Sports Illustrated. Now, I know there's going to be some uneducated people out there go, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, it's not because of a bunch of woke stuff, because if that was it, Kid Rock would have been canceled when he jumped from hating Bud Light to loving Bud Light. And Green Day is going out on has already sold out a lot of concerts. And after what they did New Year's Eve, some people didn't like it. Some people loved it. Some people like me knew they're a punk rock band. They're going to be buttholes. All punk rock bands are like that. They don't like anybody. No, you're wrong, Ryan. No, I'm not wrong. Punk rock bands don't like nobody. They're against everybody, even the multi-million-dollar ones. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If Sports Illustrated can be shut down, Sports Illustrated can lose people because a massive layoff is coming. Expected this week from Sports Illustrated. Publishers are laying off possibly a lot of people at the magazine. This includes a lot of union people, really is what it is. The Arena Group is planning to have a large number of union representatives laid off. The union group said that some of the workers are going to be terminated immediately while others continue to work, and they're being given a notice of a period, a length of time, but all employees will be getting severance pay. Man, you tell me that this, if Sports Illustrated, who's also got an online presence, if Sports Illustrated is starting to get rid of people and lose people, you tell me that when you start saying, oh, these people know what they're doing over here, this, that, it's dead. There's a lot of stuff that's dead. Everybody's like, well, it's got to be this. No. And as your podcast, you're seeing a lot of your favorite podcasts being pulled off of Spotify because they say the numbers. Really, it's not the numbers. It's because they're cleaning it up like they did for radio. Let's just be honest. I know. I got an insight to the FCC. I know. They're taking over all that. But this is the imagination that people have. If you don't deal with people who know what they're doing, like us at the radio station, your so-called podcast will never, ever get it. All sports is scripted like movies. You got that right. I'm not going to argue with you. Hey, you're not going to see me argue with you. Anything you say on here, you say whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not one of those, oh, he said something. I don't like this, man. He's going to make me mad. I'm going to throw a hissy fit. Dr. Edward, you got doctor in the front of your name, so I got to believe you, brother. You're a doctor. You got more education than some of us. So if you say it, I believe it. Gail, Illuminati helps people. Then they end up in their new resting place. Oh, I want to join then. I can make a lot of money that way, right? I can sell out. But anyway, the problem I have is all these people that are losing their jobs at Sports Illustrated. These are hardworking people that went to school, got journalism degrees, love sports and everything. And I know that we have a lot of people on flip. I don't care about the flip-flop sides and everything. No, leave that on there, Gail. I want you to leave everything on there unless they took it off. They're like, we're taking it off. But anyway, my thing is with this Sports Illustrated, people are losing their jobs. And I keep trying to tell people, it's time for a lot of people to start working together, but there's too many big damn egos out there. And these 50-something-year-old people and older still think it's 1993. And, well, I'm not a medical doctor, so no free health care. Darn, doc. Okay, well, what kind of doctor are you? The doctor of love? I don't need that either, but somebody on here might. He said, no free health care. Dadgummit. I was going to ask you to help me out. What the heck just happened? There, yes, it's growing. Anyway, well, there you go. I appreciate everybody growing. But The whole thing is I'm saddened about this. And I keep telling people, hey, it's time for people to start to work together. Nah, I'm too good. I'm too big. Like, no, really, I am. I've been doing this radio thing for a long time. Physics. Oh, man, that means you're really smart, bro. So I'm not going to argue with you on the whole sports and scripted thing because you know what you're talking about. Physics, man. Kind of like, what is it? Shelton from Big Bang Theory. Those are geniuses right there. All right. Even though those are actors portraying geniuses, we know people that in that field are really geniuses. Anyway, but my whole thing is we got a lot of people out here. If you want your media to work, I'm everywhere. I'm on the YouTube. I'm on streaming. I'm on Facebook. I'm on the radio station. Is everywhere. We're real radio. We're still under FCC law, so we can do things. And what the thing is, there's a lot of people out there like, I'm going to go to my mom's basement and play internet warrior. Or I'm going to do it and only do it every 2 weeks or every 2 months. Well, you're not going to get your name and work out there, you know. Oh, bro, that's awesome. We got a doctor of physics on with us, man. How many other radio shows can say that? Most of them are like, no, man, I got me one of them there guys that, you know, they just, you know, last night they... Yeah, man, couldn't put 2 sentences together. I told you I got an intelligent audience. Isn't that right, Gail? Gail's like, look, Ryan, leave me out of this. I know my 12 degrees and everything. Can't tell everybody about them. Oh, Lord. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool that you do that. Dr. Edward. Dr. E. We're going to call him Dr. E. There you go. Anyway, but back to what it is. I keep trying to tell people it's time for you guys to start working together. No, man. I want to keep it like it's 20 years ago. It's not 20 years ago anymore, folks. With the group I work with, I'm known as Father. Oh, as Father. Okay, Father. How you doing, brother? We'll call you Father then. All right, Father. Dr. E, Dr. Edward, Father. Okay. He's probably the father of physics is why they call him. You know, kind of like the, you know, what was John Cena, the Thuganomics? So this is the father of physics. Dr. E's the father of physics. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. I just hope that some of these people land on their feet from Sports Illustrated. I don't like to see people lose their jobs in the business whatsoever, but I like to tell these people it's time for people to start coming together and working together and forming an alliance to actually continue to push their abilities and their programs. There's a lot of fantastic people out there know what they're talking about, but it's time for them all to come together. I know I got some friends over in Carrollton, Georgia that want to do some things. They're smart. Sports guys, they're smart. Why can't everybody be like that? You guys know who I'm talking about, Billy and them. Back in a moment. That is so cool.
Baseball Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste. The best chicken.
Yeah, so Father, Dr. E. So I'm not going to argue with it. I don't do that. I give respect. That's probably why it's not a multi-million-dollar corporation. I don't go off like this and start saying, buy my pills. Buy the green pill. Yeah. You're all wrong. I'm the only one right. Actually, I do pick at a little bit like that. I do say, tell me when I'm telling lies. Wow. Yeah, keep going up. We got Tommy Lewis joining us in the next hour. Tomorrow morning, well, coming up on Wednesday, we got Horrifying History's very own Brenda Gaskey. She's not a real professor. We just call her professor because her show is called Horrifying History. And she looks at history stained with the blood of the unknown. And we just call her Professor Gasky. Tomorrow morning, we'll have movie reviews in the final period, with third period of play with Shane B. We'll talk top 10 movies. And I have a sports analyst on Tuesday mornings. True Crime Thursday, we do true crime experts almost every week for those who are tuning in for the first time. And then Friday's just kind of a fun day. We have wrestlers, we have important announcements and stuff like that. So we try to do a little everything. If you're tuning in for the first time, we try to do something for everybody. And we love you to argue. Unless you're Luke. I'm just kidding, Luke.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newnan, Georgia.
I would. I wouldn't care. I wake up every morning thinking looking at my world going, it's fake anyway. Why am I not making a lot of money? That's a good question, Doc. I like that. I'm going to ask that. All right, welcome back in, RyanORadio Penitentiary listeners. All right, Dr. E, he's called Father, known around his work group. He's a physicist. He's a father of physics. I'm going to call him father of physics. He's asking a good question. I want you guys to answer that in the feed or anywhere else. Sweet Leaf and everybody listening to this question, let me know. If you had a choice to wake up one day and find out everything was fake, then were given a choice to return, would you? I don't know. It's kind of like that Matrix thing, kind of like that thing they were talking about that everybody's, living in a dream world. It's not the dream world. I'd want to return, but I'd want to return rich. Like, okay, we're going to switch my character around in this game. He's going to have money. So what would you guys do? Let me know. Sweet Leaf says, yeah, man, I'd return. I like my life. Sue says, well, I'd return, but I wouldn't have my first husband. I'd erase him. Bobby says, this is off the Navajo Nation. He says, Bobby says, if I returned, I'd want to return as the chief. They're on the Navajo Nation. Tim says, return? No. I'd probably just want to sit there and watch everybody else return and play one of their characters. That's a good one. Thank you, Dr. E. Thank you, Father of Physics. I appreciate that. I love that. People just don't know. Finally got some people in here asking some questions that makes it more fun for me. Instead of the world, I hate everybody and everybody on the both sides and the left and the right. Thank you, man, for coming up with something different. Sue says, that is such a cool question. Thank you for joining us. Laugh out loud. Somebody get this man some cheat codes. That's right. I need some. Give me some cheat codes. I like that. All right, back in a moment. Let's take it up to the top of the hour. News for you momentarily. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay. I know, I need some cheat codes, don't I?
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson
I guess I'll just need to tag it on my page from now on and get more people coming on.
Fish dinners open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
When you hear music, do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, for our show, Lyrical Wisdom. Every week, we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we
that.
We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an
There we go. Get all that going.
ideas for songs at Lyrical Wisdom Show.
Thank you for being on.
That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom.
Sometimes I have to be working. I have been working on is a ghost just glimpse of another time, like a wormhole or something. Man, I love hearing about things like this. You'd be cool to be on with us one morning on a weird Wednesday to talk about some things. I don't know if you can because you might be under some kind of government contract or something, and I understand all that. But Weird Wednesdays is our days. We do a lot of weird stuff. Might talk to you about coming on one Wednesday if you want to, Dr. E. Father of physics. I like talking about some stuff like that. My listeners love stuff like that. Isn't that right, Gail? Warrior Defenders! Woohoo! Warrior Defenders! What's up, Holly? How you doing? The noon and dance. The noon and dance. Good to see you today as well. You guys are welcome. Warrior Defenders, one of our great sponsors. I think it's going great on this page.
Donald Trump will split his time today between campaigning in New Hampshire and attending his defamation trial in New York City. 2 U.S. Navy SEALs who went missing in the Gulf of Aden earlier this month have not been found, and their status has been changed to deceased. CBS News correspondent David Martin has more.
U.S. Navy has called off the search for 2 Navy SEALs lost at sea while trying to board a ship carrying weapons from Iran to the Houthis in Yemen. Boarding took place last week in 7-foot seas.
Yeah, I've been making people laugh all morning. If you guys want to support me, and I'm making you laugh, go to my Cash App, $ Ryan Sheelander. That's $ RyanSheelander, and drop in some money. I could do what the preachers do. Give this seed and give that seed and give it. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't care what you give. $5 to $100 to $1,000 is all good for me. All right, WQEE is my new go-to station. Thank you. We got a lot of great programming on here too, besides me, and I appreciate it, Dr. E. And in the mornings, Weird Wednesdays is always cool. We have very unique people. I got my friend Greg TJ Justice usually drops in every once in a while from R&R Paranormal. Creepy Confidential. Noel drops in once in a while. The last Wednesday of each month, Brenda Gasky and Horrifying History. Then we got True Crime Thursdays. Yeah, try to do a little of everything. Thank you very much, Dr. E. They were watching you on YouTube. Somebody was watching me on YouTube making them laugh. Good. I mean, I got a funny face. A face for radio. That's why I love radio. Heck yeah, bro. Or Doc, I'm sorry. Like to respect you.
Our services are no cost, and all of our
Laugh out loud. He said you're missing it. I'm missing what? What am I missing? My face?
Wishbone Fried Chicken.
What am I missing?
A brand new location.
Dadgummit.
Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
Good morning, Cher. What's up? From Iowa.
Dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location.
They're texting me and said, tune in. You're missing the laughs. Oh, okay. Good. I appreciate that.
Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
I definitely want to hear some of those stories. And maybe you want to shoot us an email there. Let's see. And we could talk more. I don't know. 99classicrock@gmail.com. It should be in the feed there. 99classicrock@gmail.com. Everything. I definitely want to hear some more true stories, brother. We like to have fun here. And my listeners like to hear true stories.
Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge, Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. on WQEE.
And they'll understand you. My listeners will.
If you are a sports fan in Columbus,
Not much, just waking up, laugh out loud. That's right, Cher. Smoke. You should be warming up, getting up in the 30s this week out there in Iowa, and you should be able to put on shorts and flip flops. Because you should go from 10 inches of snow to only 2 inches of snow. It should be warming up in Iowa.
you can always message me on my Twitter page or Facebook page, Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
One more time.
And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Can only hope, says Cher. Say good morning. Ha ha. Yes, it's a good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We're getting into the final period of play on this Major News Monday. Towards the end of the hour, we'll talk with Inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Tommy Lewis, but we got a little bit more news and fun for you on this Major News Monday, and we got brand new listeners joining us. We appreciate you. Listen up. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown with yours truly, Ryan O'Neal, and 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout Out Loud across that RyanORadio media page, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're also across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, across the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including 99.1 FM WQEE in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. We are the home of Southern sports and inspirational talk. You got RyanORadio Penitentiary. Can't talk much on current projects, but can do one. Yeah, Dr. E. We got a lot of great listeners tuning in this morning. We get into the final period of play. You guys are in lockdown with us. And to all those haters out there, I got one thing to say to you. Yeah, that's right. I am the man around here. Straight edge, independent skeptic. Tell it like it is. And tell me when I'm telling lies, and also you can't handle the truth. All right, it's the final period of play. We got a lot of store for you, a lot of fun, a lot of this, a lot of that. We'll go inside the coach's corner. And Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders is on with us, said that somebody's having a good time laughing at me this morning. So if I'm making you laugh, show me a little love. Go to my Cash App, $ Ryan Sheelander. That's $ RyanSheelander, and let me know how much you care. And, you know, I'm not going to do what the preachers do. Give this seed and plant this seed and plant that seed and plant this seed and plant that seed. I'm not going to do that. I just appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you want to give me something, I appreciate that too. If you don't, I appreciate that too. I'm not going to go, you better do it or you're not going to get anything. Sorry, I can't tell you that because I told you I don't tell lies. Because you might get something. I don't know. Why would I say, if you don't give me this, you won't get that? I don't know what you're going to get. My goodness. Can't lie to you and tell you. I don't. I mean, I told you, tell me when I'm telling lies. Cher's with us in Iowa. Of course, we also always have Gil. Dr. E's with us. He's the father of physics on Warrior Defenders and many, many more too. Sweet Leaf, Sue, Tim, Bobby, and Rodney K on from the Navajo Nation. We've got Diana in South Wales. Rodney down in Australia. We got Roger. Also, we've got our wonderful folks in Canada, Mike, David, Vicky, Helen, and the crew there. Everybody tuning in everywhere. So that's just to name a few because I got 50,000 plus of you on the Shoutcast. So I'm just going to go and give some names out. John, Sarah, Katie, Sam, Bob, Robert in Australia as well, Timothy, Eddie, Cynthia. Yeah. So I don't know. That's some of those people's names like that. The Pine Gap no, I haven't heard about that. Do you know about the Pine Gap in Australia? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we had a question from Robert, from Dr. E earlier. And I want you guys to answer this question for me. And he was asking if you had a choice to wake up today and find out everything was fake and then given a choice to return, would you? My Navajo Nation people answered it as well. You guys answer that too. I'd like to learn more about the Pine Gap there in Australia. That'd be cool. All right, so answer that for him. He threw a question on the page for us on the YouTube page. You guys go back and answer it. Would you, if you found out this world, if it wasn't real, and you found out, and it was just alternate universe, fun to think about. Would you go back? Kind of like, a video game. No, I wouldn't want to live in reality. No, I wouldn't want to live in reality. I'd come back, but I'd change my character to a rich character. I'd make my character rich. Oh, Lord. He's got a lot of money. That's right. Don't have to worry about bills. I'd make my character have a lot of money. Make myself have a lot of money. He said, get that guy some cheap. Now that's the way to go. Yeah, that is. That's what I would do. All right, 13 minutes past the hour. It is currently holding at 33 degrees, beautiful sunny skies. Andrew Blana says, hello, cutie. Hello, beautiful. That's my lovely bride, if you guys don't know. Now, if you found out, that was a good question from Dr. E, father of physics on the show, listening to us this morning. I appreciate that, man. The kind of listeners we have here, people that think. I got thinkers on my show. Everybody else has got stinkers, and I got thinkers. Cher said that. I think I'd stay. All right. Question out there is, if you found out this reality wasn't this reality and you had a chance to go back, would you go back to it? Cher said she thinks she'd stay. War Defender says, no, I wouldn't want to live in the reality. I already had all my friends from the Navajo Nation give theirs. I have to go back and find theirs. I'd have to go back. They're already just chatting on there with each other. So there you go. I said I would come back, but I'd make my character rich. Like I don't like the way he's been in this world, so we're gonna give him a little bit of money. We won't change his personality or anything like that. We'll just give him a little bit of money. Your guys drop in there. 15 minutes past the hour. Did I say? Yeah. I told you the time is 33 degrees. Sunny skies, beautiful sunny skies. It's going to get up higher today. It's going to be warmer in our neck of the woods and everything. If I haven't got to some of the pages, I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot of chats coming in, and I'm not able to get to everything. And there's a lot of stuff going on the Shoutcast. I can't really get there. You guys can come to, what was the cash app? It's $Ryan, RYAN. That's a capital R and a capital S, SHELANDER. It's $Ryan Shelander with a capital R and a capital S, Ryan, RYAN, SHELANDER. If you guys want to drop a little something in there, we'll appreciate it. Thank you. Especially if I'm making you laugh this morning, it'd be cool. Oh, we still got Coach Tommy Lewis to come here in just a few moments. Dr. E says, if you've seen the real world was toxic and you were forced to wear a spacesuit everywhere you go, and would you hop in a pod so you could live longer and live a normal life? Wow. That's one that's going to take some thinking right there for me. I don't know. If the spacesuit is leather, then it might be cool. If it's got an Iron Maiden, if it's got a Metallica or an Iron Maiden type of symbol, maybe. I don't know. I didn't think about that. That's a good one to think about. Thank you, Dr. Edward. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We told you about the Sports Illustrated people most of them losing their jobs, union jobs. All right, some of the headlines you can check out. Colorado man faces legal woes from stealing hundreds of copies of local newspaper. Nobody knew their newspaper was missing. U.S. raids Chinese auto parts maker, Ohio. 3 killed in Oklahoma medical hospital crash. Human head and hand found inside a home that was sold in Colorado. And 4 women shot to death in a suburban area of Chicago. These are some of the headlines you can check out on our WQEE Facebook. Some of them, I had to add it and go into that and everything. Cryopod is what Warrior Defenders Holly Reese said to Dr. Edwards' question. This is pretty cool. You guys having fun this morning in the chat. Continue. I like to have fun, or my listeners to have fun. Let's see what else we got going on. I do want to find out why this man stole all these newspapers. He's like, look, man, and most people didn't know this newspaper was stolen. Matrix pod to travel 1 billion light years. I like that. Now that's pretty cool. Colorado man has been hit with a summons to appear in court after he admitted to stealing copies of a local newspaper. His name is Paul, 41. He received a citation for petty theft for stealing more than 200 printed copies of a local newspaper from a dozen racks in the area. The newspaper said in an online article, our newspapers were stolen. Our physical papers were stolen, but you can read about it here on the internet. Someone didn't like this edition of our paper, they said, the co-publisher said, on Thursday, the day the thefts occurred. Guess which article? Well, the newspaper reported an account of a 17-year-old girl in the town who had said she was had sexual assault more than once at the home of the town's chief of police, Jeff Wood. 3 suspects arrested in the alleged sexual assault, including the chief's stepson. So they stole it because of that, huh? Was it? Is Paul one of those? Was Paul one of those? I don't know. Paul did. He reportedly admitted to taking the newspapers because of the front page story. The newspaper reported that it was not disclosed Paul's relationship to the sexual assault case, and the theft was not tied to the defendants in the case either. So The pod says share. She'll take the pod. Everybody's taking the pod. Gotta have the pod to make coffee with, right? There's a little pause in there. I'm just kidding. Wow. Just gotta tell you, I didn't like the front page newspaper news story. I didn't. I took it. and a lot of people reported, well, I didn't even know I got a newspaper that week. Oh, I'm sorry. I usually get my news off a line, you know. Oh, I'm just kidding. Don't want nobody to get mad at me. Answers to the problem is the math loops. I don't know if I could do all that math, you know. We have a physicist on the chat this morning, guys. You guys are going to learn some things for real. That's pretty cool. All right, 22 minutes past the hour. The answer is everything. The answer to everything is 12. Oh, man. They're having a good time in the chats this morning. So cool. All right, 22 minutes past the hour. It's 33 degrees. Beautiful sunny skies out there in the metro Atlanta areas as everybody continues to be part of the RyanORadio Penitentiary, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, on our Instagram page, on our, Spreaker, and everywhere, all over the internet, and Shoutcast and the radio stations. And live on the radio, you guys can listen to me and tell. That's right. I'm making people laugh. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. If I'm making you laugh, I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Ding, 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 ding. Still to come, we're going to talk with Coach Tommy Lewis. We'll get his thoughts on what's going on. We'll get his thoughts on what's going on with the NFL playoffs and everything. Andrew Blunt says, yes, my suit would be leather. I know. With the gloves cut off. You have the gloves and you cut off the gloves would be cut off at the fingers and everything wouldn't be, you know. And probably the suit would have some cuts in it, like a. My straight jacket is leather. Laugh out loud, said Andrew. This is fun. I love it. Did you know that the ether was taken off the periodic table? I didn't know that. No. It's been a long time since I've been in school. That's a cool fact. That sounds like a GIMP suit. I want to do the GIMP suit. I'm trying to be cool, man. I like that one. The wife likes it. Come on. All right. Anyway, wow, we're having more fun than we should have on a Monday, right? Everybody else is like, oh no, these guys are having fun on this radio station. Everybody else has got the world is coming to an end, and I hate you. And I hate you, and I hate you. And they're having fun over there on this. That's because we're real radio and not in our mom's basement doing a podcast that we do every 3 months just because we get mad at something. Now, how do you know they do that and they don't get they get taken off of Spotify? They weren't taken off of Spotify because they were getting the numbers. I'm telling you that. That's not what the FCC said. Okay, never mind. I'm going to get into that. All right. We're going to take a break. Come back here in just a few moments. We're going to have a head coach, Tommy Lewis from the Landmark Christian War Eagles. We're going to talk with him about what's going on there at the school, how you can become part of school, and I'm going to get his thoughts on this past weekend's football games. So there you go. I think I got everything out of the way that I needed to get out of the way. Yeah, we'll do wrestling wrap-up on Wednesday. Complete rundown there. Nick Hogan is back in trouble again. What you going to do, brother, when Hulk Hogan's son's still in trouble for that drinking and driving? Plus, we'll find out tonight if Seth Rollins is going to have to retire the WWE World Heavyweight title after he got injured last week. Plus, coming up this week, Action Wrestling with MLW World Champion, Action Wrestling World Champion, returning this Friday to Noonan at the Arnell Middle School. And we want to thank our friend Matt Griffin for joining us this past Friday talking about it. Tickets are on sale right now, and proceeds are going to Arnell Middle School as well. All right, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned. We'll get with Coach Tommy Lewis in just a few to kick off the sports portion of the show. And we'll do a little sports with him, and then I still got to close out the show with some funny bits. And if I'm making you laugh and having a good time this morning, go ahead and help me out there. Go ahead and shoot me a little bit of money in our Cash App at $, Ryan Shelander. That's $, Ryan Shelander, RyanShelander. Just help me out. Help a brother out. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to pull one of those, give this much seed and you're going to get that kind of power. Give this much and give that. And then, because I don't know what you're going to get it. You can only give me $2 and you might get $1 million. I don't know. Warrior Defender says, rocking the Kiss letter spacesuit. There you go. Rock and roll. All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a moment.
Things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate the latest Smackdown for you at 34 Jefferson Street and Noonan. Part of the mostly cloudy today with a high near 50. Winds east 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, considerable cloudiness, low near 39. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your Tuesday outlook cloudy, high near 56. Slight chance of rainfall. East winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rainfall coming in on Tuesday night.
What's up? Answer the questions there in the feed, guys.
51. Going into your Wednesday, rain continues with a 100% chance of showers on day, high near 67 and a low near 62. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the Smackdown for you. 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense.
All right, let's see here.
Pest Control, repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street, Noonan, 770-954-9941.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in
843
all women of all
304.
ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively.
What's up, Rhino?
Hey, good morning. How you doing, Coach?
I'm well. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good for a Monday morning. Cold.
Hey.
It's warming up.
What's up, man? I tell you, it's been right chilly these past few days.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Not supposed to be like that. What's wrong?
Some cold winter, I reckon.
I know, right?
How's everything else going?
It's going good. I mean, it's one of those days everything's going good, just ready for start a new month and everything coming up. So with the station, so I'm just ready for all that and we're taking the show live on YouTube and getting a lot of listeners on YouTube this morning. So I guess I know where I got to I got to tag my own personal page. I guess I got more people that like me.
Get things rolling, man. That's good stuff.
It is. We just want the show to keep growing and everything here to keep growing.
That's great, man. That is great.
Well, we'll just talk a little bit about what's going on at the school, and then we'll get your thoughts on the Final Four in the NFL and all that good stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Now, do you think your listeners be interested in knowing, like we had our football banquet last night, and so to go through our award winners?
Yeah, we can do that. Why not?
Okay, just up to you. I don't know if they, would care about individuals on the team, or they just like to hear about team stuff.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind. They enjoy everything we do. So.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of unique to be able to do a show like this worldwide with a mixture of local stuff and world stuff, and people still stay with you. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get everybody caught up in that state wrestling too. We ended up in the top 8 for state wrestling, which is pretty cool. That was last weekend, and then of course, basketball continues their recent schedule, so we can talk about last weekend and the week coming up too.
sounds good.
Oh, all right, cool. All right.
WQEE 99.1 FM, Newnan, Georgia.
Are we getting ready to come on?
Okay, sounds good, brother.
Sure, we can do that. Welcome. That's not me. Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. For a minute there, we're like, hey, where's Ryan at? Hey, welcome back in. We're going inside the coach's corner like we do every Monday about this time, 31 minutes past the hour, with our favorite head football coach and athletic director from the landmark Christian War Eagles. Please welcome the one, the only, Coach Tommy Lewis. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, good morning, Ryan. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How about you on this kind of chilly, warming up Monday?
Yeah, no, I reckon it's supposed to warm up, and then with the warm front comes all the rain. But
yeah.
It has been right chilly these last few days.
I know. This time of year, for some reason, it gets that way. I don't understand.
What was crazy to me, though, was last night, I believe, it got down while I was watching the Bills game.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 27 degrees here. And I'm not real sure it was much colder in Buffalo, New York. They had a little bit more of the wind chill that we've been experiencing all weekend. But it was 25 degrees in Orchard Park, New York, and it was 27 degrees in Fairburn, Georgia. So it was pretty wild.
Well, I'm sure you text a certain head coach there, hey, we got similar degrees in weather, and he probably takes you back. Look, yeah, okay, the wind chill and the NPR here.
Yeah, I know, right? They had to shovel about 3 foot of snow out before they were able to play the game. So, they got a little bit harsher conditions up there, that's for sure.
I'm sure it is. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the Final Four of those games over the weekend here in just a few moments, because we're some football guys and we're ready for the Super Bowl just not too far from now and everything. So we'll get into all of that. But let's talk about some things going on at Landmark Christian, some of the winter sports as it's starting to get ready to conclude around the corner. We're getting ready for spring sports. And we still have football on our mind at Landmark as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, last week was a busy week with our Landmark winter sports. Our basketball team continued their march through their season. Sorry, I got a little background noise here. It seems that our facilities team always likes to come around my office about this time.
Right.
Throw off the sidewalk.
Right.
Can't really complain about that. I appreciate their work. But yeah, so our basketball team both had recent games last week that they won, and they continue to have great seasons, both our boys and girls team. Swimming also had 2 meets last week, one on Thursday, and one on Saturday. Our lone state qualifier continues to be Phoebe Lichty. shoulders over the hump there, but they got a couple more meets to try to qualify for states. And then our wrestlers. Last weekend was our state duels wrestling. Went on down in Hazelhurst, Georgia. Headed down there. They headed down there Thursday evening because it was pretty much all day Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And out of 16 teams that qualified for states out of 2A, our guys ended up in the top half of that. They wrestled through the first day and qualified to be there for the second day, and ended up in the top 8 in the state. So we're really excited about that. I don't know that too many people were expecting us to be there again, because we had a great season last year, finishing in the top 4 and graduated a couple of key guys, but we had a strong showing this year, and just really excited for our wrestlers to finish in the top 8.
Right.
And then moving forward, the wrestlers will continue. They'll work through the individual championships here that'll happen over the next couple weeks. And our basketball team, we have a home basketball game tomorrow night, another region matchup. We'll be playing here at home in the Brick House. Varsity girls tip off at 6, varsity boys tip off at 7:30. So come out and support our guys and girls basketball programs. I know they'd love to have you out there. And then of course, a lot of our spring sports are cranking up. Soccer has started practice. Baseball started practice. I believe tennis and golf start next week.
Mm-hmm.
So lots going on here with the War Eagles and all the athletics going on. We still got a group of guys that showed up this morning for 0 period lifting, and just love the commitment with these guys in the off season. And then last night we had our team banquet, Rhino.
All right.
We had to postpone it a couple times with all the crazy weather we've been having.
Oh, yes.
And all the activities that go on during the holidays. But we finally got our season-ending banquet in, and got to honor some of our guys with different awards at the team banquet last night. So that was a lot of fun.
Well, it sounds fun and everything. I know you got some future stars out there that are going to be seen all over the field and probably in college and beyond. So is there any notable notes that you want to talk about, or any players you want to give some of their names and give some information out for them this morning?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, usually, your seniors are the ones that, kind of lead the team and get a lot of the awards. But we had, because we had such a young team, we did have a lot of our young guys get a number of the awards. First, our JV, we've shared with our listeners before that our JV guys had a great season. They ended up 6-2 on the year. So our most improved JV guy was Christopher Speed. It's kind of funny. He's got a last name Speed, but he's a big old lineman. But he was most improved. He's a freshman that we're expecting a lot of big things out of.
Right.
Moving forward, our most valuable JV player was Javon Freeney. Kid that plays on the perimeter, plays receiver and defensive back, and I imagine he's going to be right there. Recruited by Division I and Division II programs. And then our War Eagle Awards. That's kind of our top award. Just someone who exhibits all the qualities that we really look for in players, in our young men. We actually had co-winners of that, Elijah Barrett and Chitaberi Abahara. Those two guys are really going to be, I think, here in the near future, recruiting heavily at the Division I, Division II levels. Those were our JV awards. And then our varsity awards, again, our seniors represented very well. Carson Barrow was our most outstanding back. Our outstanding offensive player was our center, Will Pappin. Excuse me. And our War Eagle Awards went to Micah Tate and Andrew Steppings. Those guys were great leaders for us this year. And then Micah Rogers, another lineman, was our most outstanding lineman this year.
Right.
But a lot of the young guys, like I said, a lot of the guys we got coming back were very well represented last night. Our most improved players was our outstanding special teamer. He's actually won that award 2 years in a row. He's our kicker, and he took on the punting responsibilities this year as well. And so he was our most outstanding special teamer. He'll be back to do both of those things next year. Our outstanding defensive player of the year was Brady Robinson, a sophomore linebacker. And also plays running back. He was all over the field for us this past year. And our most valuable player is a sophomore. He plays mostly receiver and defensive back for us this year, but he was our backup quarterback that stepped in anytime Carson was out. And so Skylar Hamilton, son of Georgia Tech legend Joe Hamilton, was our team MVP. And so having the most valuable player be a sophomore, obviously that bodes well for us and our team and our program and for his future. So looking for big things from Skylar. He steps into the role quarterback next year, and we'll probably utilize him at other positions as well. He's such a great athlete and a very knowledgeable kid. He's got a high football IQ and is just an intelligent young man and a tremendous leader. So those were our individual awards for this past season, Rhino, and a lot of the guys were also honored on the all-region team. I think we've mentioned them before.
Right.
But just quick summary. We had 4 guys make the honorable mention team in the region. Seniors Chris Brazine and Andrew Steppings, as well as juniors Jackson Bellotti and Fisher Thomas. Second team, seniors Michael Rogers and Will Patman. And then our underclass linebackers made second team as well, Brady Robinson and Robert Mayfield.
Right.
And then on first team, Skylar, again, who looks to be our quarterback this coming year, he was the first team defensive back. So a really good showing for our guys this year.
Sounds good, Coach. And I tell you what, can't wait for the season to start. And we'll be talking in the next couple of months because it's getting closer to that time for spring training. And then you guys are going to get ready for a spring training game and then get ready for the summer like you always do. So we'll be talking more Landmark Christian War Eagle football, how the team is looking and all that, because right now, well, I know that some of the players are involved in other sports like basketball, baseball's right around the corner and so forth. So we'll be getting closer to talking about that in the near future, Coach. So
looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, definitely so, because football, glad to know in America, football, for those that are listening worldwide, what we call football and everything. We're excited for it year round because we got the UFL right around the corner, the CFL right around the corner, and we're about to end the NFL season, and that's coming up in a few weeks with the Super Bowl. And I hear that Post Malone is going to be singing one of the songs, the national anthem or something like that, or America the Beautiful. But I think Reba McEntire is going to be singing. I think she's singing the national anthem, Reba McEntire. So we're getting already prepared for the pre-show and the mid-show. We don't know who's going to be the main show, which is the 2 that's going to be there. I'm predicting the 49ers are going to be on one side. A lot of people are predicting 49ers and Ravens. What is your thoughts after this past weekend with some of the games heading to the Final Four?
Yes, sir. Well, as we were talking off air a little bit, Rhino, my heart was broken for my good friend Sean McDermott, fellow William Mary alum, and the Buffalo Bills losing to the Chiefs last night. They certainly had their opportunity to take that win, but the Chiefs just finished a little better and had took the win. So the Chiefs will be traveling to the Ravens on the AFC side. What a matchup.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson against Pat Mahomes.
Woo!
Two very good defenses playing against each other, 2 very good offenses playing against each other. And, it should be what an AFC championship should be. I think it's going to be a great game because it's at home and because those Ravens are the number 1 seed.
Right.
I really feel like they have what it takes to represent the AFC.
Right.
In the Super Bowl. I'm very excited for Lamar Jackson. I know he's kind of had the
ups and downs. Yeah.
The onus on his back these last couple of years. Not being a tremendous player, obviously, but not leading his team to the promised land, so to speak. So he has that opportunity now to get him to the Super Bowl, and I suspect he's going to take advantage of that opportunity. What do you think, Rhino?
I think he is too. I see the Ravens kind of taking this one and putting the Chiefs out to pasture this season. But there's just so many Swifties out there, and the brother, Travis Kelsey's brother, Jason, made an appearance this past weekend too. He was all excited. I mean, I guess he was a little intoxicated. I mean, I don't know how anybody could stand out in the snowy weather and with no shirt on. But honestly, it was a great game. I think the Bills could have had a chance to come from behind, but I think that the Ravens will beat the Bills. But there's just going to be so many Swifties and so many, the Chiefs right now are so popular, not just among us football player fans, but among the people that are out there wanting to go see Taylor Swift sing. So it's going to be a good game. I think the Ravens are going to take it. And I think a lot of people are seeing the same thing, a matchup between the Ravens and the 49ers. But the 49ers have to get past a hot Lions team, which has not been hot for a number of years out of Detroit. So the Detroit and San Francisco go this coming up weekend. Your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, Detroit, wow, what a story. I guess it's been since 1991 that they haven't won a playoff game. They finally did that. And then now they've won two, both of them at home. And now they're headed to the NFC Championship. Great story. Their coach, Dan Campbell, is doing a great job of leading their organization. Is really getting the most out of his team. But those dome teams don't fare too well when they got to play outside.
Right.
And then on top of that, head to the West Coast. So it should be interesting. Obviously, when you get down to the Final Four in the NFL, it's anybody's game. But I think San Francisco is going to have a little too much for the Lions, and I do foresee a Niners Ravens Super Bowl. I do give the Chiefs a fighter's chance.
Yep.
To upset the Ravens, because they are used to playing outside.
Right.
They are used to playing on natural grass. So I think that they have a better shot than the Lions. Certainly, it could be argued though that the Lions haven't been so long to be able to get to this point. That they could be a team of destiny and beat the Niners. But I just think in the end the 49ers are going to have too much for them, and it'll be the Ravens and the Niners. That's my prediction.
That's what I'm predicting too. I'm predicting that. And I started at the beginning of the year because we have a sports analyst here. He also hosts his own show weekdays at 2 p.m. He's a 49ers guy. He's been a 49ers guy for years because he moved from the West Coast to Georgia. And I told him after the first couple of games, I said, I see the 49ers going to the Super Bowl. He said, I hope so. I said, no, I see them. And then there you go. They're in the Final Four, almost close enough to be. And I do predict them and the Ravens being the final game. Now, it's going to be hard to pick between those two teams. It's going to be a brawl if those two teams get in there, or any two teams. The Final Four, it's going to be a brawl. It's just going to be, we're down to the final four teams. So.
I'm sorry, Ronald. Yeah, absolutely. I think these four, all have a legitimate shot at claiming that Super Bowl title. If it does come down to the Niners and the Ravens, this could be the year that the Ravens do it, and Lamar Jackson, finally has that kind of that last notch on his belt to make him one of the greats of all time.
For sure.
But like you said, I mean, there's those four teams. Any of them can do it. So it's not going to surprise me if it ends up being the Chiefs and the Lions.
Yep.
Oddly enough, I have a daughter-in-law, our oldest son.
Right.
His bride predicted the Chiefs and the Lions. Can you believe that?
She did.
And now they're just on the cusp of getting there. So it'll be interesting to see if there are two upsets in the championship games to see who gets to the Super Bowl. So a lot of fun to watch them and a lot of fun to talk about.
It is. We got a few weeks away for that. And then, of course, like I said, UFL football around the corner. CFL football. We got spring football at Landmark Christian. Speaking of Landmark Christian, Coach, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you guys, what's going on over there, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, like you kind of alluded to there, Rhino, with the UFL coming up, the merger of the USFL and the XFL.
Right.
We have one of our coaches, Nasir Greer.
Okay.
He was our DB wideout coach this past year. He plays for the Arlington team, and so we're excited for him. He heads to camp here later in February.
Okay.
And then, and oddly enough, one of our alumni, Donald Payne, who did play in the NFL as well with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's still playing, and he's playing with that same Arlington squad.
Okay.
Donald Payne, one of our own Landmark graduates, will be playing, playing in the UFL, playing for the Arlington team with one of our coaches, Nasir Greer. So they'll be teammates this spring. So
wow.
Following the Arlington squad very closely.
I'm sure.
Landmark's a place where you can achieve those kind of dreams and goals.
Right.
So very excited for them. And then also, just to remind everybody that Joey Blunt, another Landmark graduate, played in the NFL this year.
Right.
I started the season with the Seahawks and then transitioned, got traded to the Cardinals, and finished out the year with the Cardinals. But so two of our Landmark grads playing professionally, and we're just really excited for them and proud of them. But to become a Landmark War Eagle, and to try to pursue those dreams and goals, please get in touch with our admissions office. They give tours on a regular basis. In fact, we do shadows. Once you complete the application process and it looks like this is a place that you want to be, then your child can shadow and follow one of our students around for the day and just kind of get the feel of what it's like to be an actual student in our hallways. And we have four or five shadows on campus today. In fact, just really enjoying to learn about them and getting to show them what Landmark's all about. So yeah, any of our listeners out there that want a Christian school education, top-notch education, then Landmark's definitely the place for you. And along the way, you get to experience great art and great athletics opportunities. So just get in touch with our admissions office, and we'd love to show you around and have you see what Landmark's all about.
Well, Coach, that's great. And anything else you'd like to add before we let you get back to it on this full week back at work and school?
That's right. Yeah, no, appreciate you guys there at WQEE, Rhino, all the listeners out there, all your faithful listeners out there. You follow a good man in Rhino and a great station, WQEE. They do a lot of things for our community. So we really appreciate you having us on, Rhino.
Thank you, Coach. Well, once again, that's Inside the Coach's Corner with our favorite head coach, Coach Tommy Lewis, and athletic director from Landmark Christian, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Back in a moment. All right, Coach. Awesome as always.
Good stuff, Rhino. Thanks, brother. And let's see. Yeah, we'll catch you up with more basketball next week. Women is getting close to the end, and of course, we'll have the AFC and NFC championship to talk about.
That's it. We got all that coming up next week. Sounds good. Well, you have a great rest of your week and a great rest of your day. We'll talk next week.
All right, brother. You do the same, Rhino. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.
Later.
All right, guys. Another great interview with Coach Tommy Lewis. We appreciate it.
Coming to River Center for the Performing Arts, January 23rd. Tickets at shany.com/Columbus-GA. That's SHANY.com/Columbus-GA.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities podcast can be emailed to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, celebrity interviews, music trivia, and much more.
Appreciate everybody being on today. Be back here tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel, 3 hours. We'll have Richard Holdridge with us tomorrow in the second period, and Shane B in the final period for movie reviews.
Is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Plus, the return of James Ellsworth. Get Featuring tickets right now at MemphisWrestling.tv.
And Teddy Long will be joining the crew too. Memphis Wrestling every Saturday night on Roku and WQMK TV 18 Auburn. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're with us. You're there. You asked about, I didn't get a chance to ask him about Australia's NRL, but in the NRL, there's a positive news for a gun halves after injury scares, I should say. Here's a Warrior. Why is it not letting me stay there? Warriors superstar Sean Johnson and Broncos skipper Adam Reynolds remain on track for round one despite suffering injuries during the preseason training. Reynolds sent a scare into the Broncos camp after being assisted from the field during a training session on Monday. The club confirmed that the 33-year-old sustained a strain to his right foot, but is expected to return to the running later this week. So there you go. We'll get you news on all this is coming up and try to keep it on the WQEE page for our listeners too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're getting ready to get out of here in just a couple of minutes. We got a lot of great stuff tomorrow morning. Like I said, Richard Holders joins us, our sports analyst from the Sports Beats. Richard Holders joined us in period number 2. We'll talk NFL action. We'll talk some River Dragons hockey and other things going on. Also, he'll tell you where he's going to be at this week all over Columbus and what games he's going to be doing for the high school kids. Also, in the final period, Shane B and I are going to talk about Mean Girls. Who's going to lay the Smackdown and knock them out of the top spot this coming up weekend? What's hot, what's not in the movies? As since it was cold last week, you need some hot movies to burn up the charts. With rain and more this week, you need to be watching movies. We'll talk about what's hot, what's not. That's all coming up for you right tomorrow morning. Also on Thursday and Wednesday morning, Horrifying History's very own Brenda Gasky, I call her the professor. She'll be joining us in the final period, and your class will be in session on Wednesday morning for another edition of Horrifying History, Staining the Blood of the History with the Unknown. That's coming up Wednesday morning. Plus, Wednesday means this Wednesday wrestling wrap-up. We'll talk a little bit about Raw extended, AEW Dynamite, and more TNA wrestling and stuff. We'll have behind the scenes, in the ring and out of the ring stuff on Wednesday morning. True Crime Thursday, give a list of true crime news stories that's going on, what's going on around the world, and things that you're like, wow. That's coming up on Thursday morning. And Friday ends the week with a Fun Friday. That's right, Fun Friday, TGI Friday, It's Friday, whatever. We'll have a good time this coming up Friday, and we'll get prepared for action wrestling on Friday evening. With all that being said and done, I'm about out of here. I want to thank Tommy Lewis once again, head coach for the Landmark Christian War Eagles, joining us this morning. And we want to thank him. We want to thank all of you guys for being with us this morning too. Everywhere, all over the world. We appreciate you guys tuning in, making me feel good about myself, having a good time, enjoying ourselves. And that's what it's all about, putting you guys in the feed here, you guys having a good time. No arguing about anything, just coming up with unique, weird questions. And also Dr. Edwards with us this morning. We got a father of physics with us this morning. They call him father, but we'll call him father of physics joining us. And we appreciate him giving some great questions in there too, getting you guys talking. And I love it. I love the diversity and everything that's out there, and how we got the most diverse listening audience in the world. I mean, my God, I don't know how many other radio shows have that kind of diverse listening audience and can sit there and get along. But I think majority of my audience is educated enough to be able to get along with one another. And it's great. It's great to have you guys join us, whether it's here in Georgia, whether it's in Iowa, Kentucky, Illinois, Tennessee, Alabama, wherever you may be listening to us from, California, Australia, New York, Japan, England, Wales, all these great places. We appreciate everybody tuning in worldwide. That gives me a great confidence that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Be kind to one another. Back tomorrow for more Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the network. I'm going to let you guys out on good behavior. Try to be good. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you. Continue to follow, continue to like, and continue to tell everybody to listen and share with your friends. We thank you. You have a great, blessed day, and we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow.